Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 125 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge. Today and all this month, we are focusing on mental growth, mental well-being, mental health, and the mental area and aspects of our life. And today we're going to talk about levels of consciousness, different schools of thought about levels of consciousness. And then starting tomorrow, I like the framework of superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. So starting tomorrow, we're going to delve into each one of those for a day and talk about and have an action item for them. But today I'm going to share some other theories. And then, of course, we will share Henry's story in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page. But what the heck are levels of consciousness? To me, and I'm going to give you my definition, different levels of consciousness, and I'll share a couple different things in Western and Eastern and schools of thought, etc., that aren't, I guess I haven't given them enough conscious thought to have formed an opinion about them. I'll just share the information. But I think that consciousness is, to me, how aware am I of what I'm thinking and how it's impacting me in different areas and aspects of my life. How conscious of it, which is consciousness, right? Am I of it at any given moment or like right now? How conscious am I of my superconscious, my subconscious, my consciousness? How present am I? There we go. How present am I in the situation or experience that I'm having from a mental faculties level? How much am I paying attention to something? Different levels of consciousness. Of course, there can be physical, emotional, and intellectual levels of consciousness. That's one way to break it down. Another way is different schools of thought, Eastern medicine and Western medicine. Eastern medicine and Eastern philosophy is more focused on inner peace, mindfulness, spiritual enlightenment. Western medicine, on the other hand, or Western psychology, or philosophy, is based more on psychology and therapeutic and different ways of analyzing and different analyzing ways and frameworks to apply to different levels of thought or consciousness. All in all, we want to, and we'll talk about these this month, find different ways to improve our mental consciousness, our mental growth, because I personally think we want to be consciously aware and present for the things that are important, and the other things can just kind of happen around us, and we don't have to pay attention to them. The cool thing about being a human being is we get to choose and decide what we are going to pay attention to, what we are going to be present for, what we are going to participate in, and I think that gives us some really cool opportunities. Now, the model that ChatGPT picked for Henry's story today is the 4 levels of consciousness that have to do with consciousness and level of consciousness, like how aware are you of what's going on and how competent you are. And of course, level 1 is unconscious. I'm going to try to say these without jumbling up my tongue. Incompetence, meaning we're not aware of what's going on and we're not competent. Second level is conscious incompetence, meaning we're aware of what's going on, but we're not very good at it yet. The third level is conscious competence, meaning we are aware of what's going on, we're working in the present moment, and we are competently performing and making choices and decisions based on that level of consciousness. And the fourth level of consciousness is unconscious consciousness. That's when we learn how to drive it. First, we have to focus and pay attention and really be attentive, and we're not very good at it. Then we get better at it, and we're paying attention to how much pressure do I have to put on the gas pedal? When do I have to push on the brake? And then looking all around us, etc. That is where we're conscious, we're aware, and we're present, and we're competent. That's where most people should drive. However, many people drive in the unconscious, incompetent stage, based on my past experience, that is. And then finally, unconscious competence is when we can do something automatically, right? And one of my goals of this particular challenge and all my annual challenges is to take different tools and strategies and things like the SOAP framework and our growing process and the different tools I share with you and make them and practice them enough so that we become unconsciously competent in applying those tools. And so that's another framework. I can't remember who came up with it, but I should remember those things, but I don't. And I'm not sure that it's important thinking about who came up with it as being able to understand and apply that model to different areas and aspects of my life. So that's another framework that we can use to look at levels of consciousness as well. But like I said, tomorrow, my favorite one, and I'll draw a picture because I didn't bring graphics with me as I'm traveling, of the conscious mind. And I got this one from, I can't remember who I got it from. I know who I got it from, can see his face. I can't remember his name. Obviously, I'm still sleepy today and need more coffee. I'll figure it out by tomorrow. He was one of my mentors and coaches, so it's really funny that I can't remember his name. I'm obviously unconsciously incompetent in the area of remembering certain names and people and where I learned things from, because a lot of times we're exposed to something, some information repeatedly before it moves from our subconscious to our conscious and we actually can use it. All right, questions, hit me up. Otherwise, today our action item is to think about, as you go about your day, what amount of time do you spend consciously paying attention and present, and what percentage of your time, let's break it down by percentages. What percentage of your time do you feel like you are consciously aware of what's going on around you and you are purposefully participating in that? 10%, 5%, 90%, you're actually aware and conscious. I'm gonna pay attention today. We've got some family here visiting my mom and my sister and I. And so I will actually see how often I'm actually conscious and try to put a percentage on it and share in the comments below. That's our assignment for today. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow.